In this video, I'm going to be talking about the different types of interfacing and how to apply them to your fabric. Okay, so the top one is, as it describes, non-woven, and it's fusible, meaning it has glue on it. This middle one is also non-woven, and it is non-fusible, so it has no glue on it. And then this one is woven. You can see the woven pattern. This is also non-fusible, meaning it has no glue. So, rule of thumb, if it has the glue and it says fusible, it might come in a package, something like this, where it says like easy shaper interfacing. But you have to look for this fusible, description somewhere on the packaging. And in general, they will give you directions about how to fuse the fusible kind. And also, even the non-fusible ones come with instructions about how to baste, but I will just kind of do it for you. But yeah, in general, the non-fusible kind, these are going to need to be basted, and this one will be just simply ironed on. So let me show you how to iron on this top one. Okay, so for the non-woven fusible interfacing with glue, you first want to identify which side is the glue side and which one is the non-glue side. The glue side is shinier and it feels rougher. You can feel the little bumps. The side without glue is softer, has no scratchy bumps, and it's less shiny. And so glue side needs to go down on the fabric on the wrong side of the fabric, not the right side. So not the side with the pattern, the wrong side. So glue side against wrong side. And I will talk about this more later, but interfacing has to be trimmed shorter and smaller than this piece of the fabric, because we don't want this to interfere with the sewing or the seams, because then they'll get too thick and too bulky. So we want them to be out of the way. And then next, you need to have some sort of damp cloth, preferably not a paper towel, but this is all I have. And that needs to go in between the interfacing and the iron. So you need to have something in between. Do not just directly iron the interfacing. And you're just going to kind of probably have it on a low setting, actually. Something like probably not cotton. I'm gonna just set it to, what do I have here? Probably nylon, one of the more delicate settings. Your iron might have like a low or permanent press setting. That's a good one. And you're basically just gonna hold it for a couple seconds, like maybe 10 seconds. And the water kind of activates the glue a little bit. And if you've held it long enough, the damp cloth should be completely dry. And you don't want to touch it though, like I just did. You want to let it sort of sit there for a couple seconds to dry. If it's still not like attached well enough, then just repeat this process. Get your cloth, preferably fabric cloth, damp again. Put it back on. Do the 10 to 15 second hold with the iron again on a low heat setting until the damp cloth is dry, and then pull it up and let this dry. But now you can see they have fused. But just be gentle and careful, because they can come unfused pretty easily. Just keep that in mind. So that's how you do the non-woven fusible. Now let me take you to the machine and show you how to do the non-woven and the woven non-fusible pieces. Okay, so similar to the fusible one, you need to make sure that you cut out the size of the interfacing to be 1/8 to 1/4 smaller than the piece that you're attaching the interfacing to, again, to reduce bulk in the seams. So you'll do that. And then next you need to prepare your pieces for sewing. So you're going to add some pins to hold these interfacings to the fabric. Since my sample pieces are so small, I only put 4 in them, but obviously your waistband pieces are going to be much larger and they're going to require probably more than just 4 pins. And then you will take these to the sewing machine. You will set the stitch length to the largest one possible, which the machines here, the Berninas in the studio, the longest stitch length you can do is 5 millimeters. And just make sure that you do not backstitch at the beginning or the end. We're doing a loose stitch around the perimeter just to hold it in place, and that's it. I also want to mention that, again, if you use the woven kind, you do need to pre-shrink it by washing it with some soap in some water, just some lukewarm water in the sink, and then you need to just let it hang and air dry. But hopefully most of you are just going to use the non-woven types. They're far more easier, but if this is all you have on hand, then just keep that in mind.